This is my Bambu Lab H2S, and well, I woke up to a failed print and a massive buildup of filament around the hot end. And while trying to remove all that buildup of filament like I usually would, I managed to snap a wire, which is part of the heating assembly. So now I've got a printer that won't heat up, a massive buildup of filament still stuck around the hot end, and a replacement part that I hope is going to bring the printer back to life. If you want to see the full story and how I got into this mess in the first place, I posted a video about it, link will be in description. But for now, let's see if I can fix this printer. Firstly, I'm going to address this blob of filament all around the heating assembly, the nozzle just everywhere. It's a right mess, and normally I would heat up the nozzle to melt away that filament, but in this case I can't do that. Unfortunately, the blob of filament is actually blocking 3 screws I need to take the heating assembly off. Also, it's blocking me from being able to just pull off the nozzle. That meant I had to find another way of getting rid of the blob of filament, so that's what I'm going to speak about first. So instead I thought I'd just put a hairdryer on it and hopefully heat the plastic up enough to be able to bend it and manipulate it off. After 10 minutes straight of having that hairdryer on, it didn't work. So I ended up using an old soldering iron with a really old tip and just prying away, melting away all the plastic. Now, I didn't manage to film this properly because it's quite hard to film with one hand and go with the soldering iron on the other hand, and I did try to do this, but as I was looking at my phone screen to get the right angle, my hand slipped and caught the plastic casing of one of the cameras in the printer and melted it away a bit, but luckily it seems to have just damaged the casing, not the camera itself, so that's alright, luckily. Eventually I managed to remove the filament. So now I've spoken about that, let's see what's actually inside the box and start the replacement. So you get one hot end heating assembly, the main thing that we're replacing, and then a little bag of extras like screws, thermal insulation foam, which you already have with your printer, but I guess these are in case you lose them during replacement. I'm also using the Allen keys that came with my printer in the toolbox. Assuming your printer is now turned off, step 1 is to disconnect the part cooling fan off the front of the tool head. So there's 3 screws you'll see, 2 on the side, 1 on the back. You just take them out and carefully lower it down. It won't fully come off as it's attached by some wires. Now we're going to want to remove the 2 screws on top of the tool head rear cover and open up the little flappy bit at the top so we can just pull that whole rear cover off. This will let us access the PCB inside that has all the wires connected that we'll be replacing. You may have noticed something fell off the PCB there. Now that's just the hot end heating assembly plug, so that needs to come off anyway, so I'm kind of lucky it fell off, but if yours didn't fall off, just pull it off. I do apologise for my filming. I'm filming with one hand behind the printer and doing all the repairs with my other hand, so I'm quite wobbly and I might not get the best angle. But the next step is to tear off the acetate tape on the part cooling fan plug. It's the only bit of tape on here, so you can't miss it. Make sure to keep it safe. I stuck it on this metal sheet above so I don't lose it, because we need that later. Now we've got the tape out of the way, we can disconnect the fan. Now I didn't manage to film myself pulling this cable off, so I'll just put an image on the cable you're meant to remove. Just pinch it right at the root of the connector and pull away from the PCB board. So if we're looking straight on at this image, you pull into the right. Now we're to remove all the cables from the cable management slot underneath the tool head. Once we've got all the wiring out the way, the hot end itself can be removed. This will give us enough room to access the heating assembly mount behind it. Now this has exposed 3 mounting screws on the heating assembly. We need to get rid of them. You can see the 2 up there. I've just got rid of them now. I need to just get rid of a bit of plastic to reveal this 3rd screw down here. Once you get rid of that screw, the whole thing should just come off, like this. All the hard stuff's now done. We're just going to replace what we've taken off and then rewire it all up and we'll all be done. So let's get on with that. So we're just going to do the reverse of what we've already done. The first step, really easy to overlook, but it's important that you put the grey thermal insulation piece on. You get this fresh with the kit. Make sure all the holes line up, and then we're going to put on the new assembly. It's as easy as just slotting it on and making sure the screw holes line up. And then we put the 3 mounting screws in, screw them evenly, and then we can route the heater cable back through the guides exactly as it was originally. Make sure the part cooling fan cable is also inserted into that clip. So now that's done, we're going to want to connect all the cables back up at the back side on the PCB. So we're going to start with connecting the fan cable, just the reverse of how you took it off. You'll kind of feel as you try connect it if it's the wrong way. If it feels the wrong way, just flip it around and just press down on the plug and it should click into place. I apologise, I mustn't have recorded this step. but then we're going to put the thermal insulation tape back on as we found it. I've temporarily put the fan on and held it in place with a screw briefly screwed in, and we need to arrange the fan cable so it doesn't get trapped when we put the casing back on. So looking from the angle of the TH board in the back, we need to pull up the cable as far up as it goes and fold any excess cable just in on itself to avoid it being crushed by the housing, as this might cause a malfunction. And then we'll just simply insert the hot end heating assembly plug. This kind of goes over the part cooling fan wires to keep it in place. Make sure not to forget to put the thermal insulation on top of that plug, like I've done here. We're nearly done now. You can see me struggling here with one hand, but now we're going to slide that cover on. So there's a gap between the part cooling fan and the TH board. So you slide the cover through that gap and it should clip in place. We do this with the part cooling fan on, so then the wires don't get kind of clipped. But now we're going to remove the part cooling fan just to check that the wire goes through this little gap you can see here, and it's not kind of clipped or got any pressure on it, because that could cause an issue. Once we've checked that's all good, we can attach the part cooling fan again with the 3 screws and then also screw in the back cover. And that's it, the H2S is repaired. It's actually been a few weeks since I did this repair, so I can say with more confidence that it's working. Since then, we've had this printer running 24/7, building up stock for our online shop because we were going camping for 2 weeks and we had to bring all our stock with us. And thankfully, it's been running without a single problem, so touch wood, we're good. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to like and subscribe. It's completely free and it helps us out a lot. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. And I'll see you in the next one.